Hey, how's it going, everyone? Is this on? I don't know if it's hooked up to my microphone or not. This is the first time that I've been going live in a long time. So it looks like 12 people are in. Um, which intern from the office, Ryan? I guess he's the intern for the of the most of the series. If someone wants to just like let me know if the sound's actually working. I don't know if it's hey, how's it going, Trevor? Okay, let's see. I apologize. It's going to take me a couple minutes to just figure this out, make sure that this is actually working well. Okay. All right. Does it sound good? Is it coming from the microphone? I don't know how to see on here. All right. Looks like it's working. All right. So how's it going, everyone? We have good amount of people in the chat. Looks like 40 people. So I'll be honest, I was pretty nervous about doing this. One, because I don't want to say anything stupid, and two, because I haven't done it before. Also, I always film on my phone, and I'm doing it on the computer right now, so the screen quality is a little bit lower. Learning curve. Yeah. True, penny farmer. All right. Hey, how's it going, John from On Borrowed Time? I see a couple people that I know that are YouTube people on here too. Maya too. Anton, what's up? How's it going? Greetings from Canada. Tom. All right. So Maya, I saw you talk about OPEs, and we'll get into just the general market in a second here. And like Workhorse, Hyliion, all that kind of stuff. I saw that you were commenting about OPES. I haven't done a lot of research on that. So a lot of these companies, I still have a full-time job. I still own part of a training business too. And I'm doing YouTube like 30 hours. So it's hard for me to look up a lot of these like kind of random stocks. I mean, like a lot of people want me to look up stocks, so I try my best, but there are a lot of stocks out there. So I haven't heard of OPES too much. Honestly, I haven't really seen too much on it. Joe, hello from St. Louis. Nice to see you. I accidentally went to St. Louis once. Bought hotel tickets there, so that's a whole different story. Um, Maryland, Hawaii. All right, so Hyliion, they like Workhorse have been going up and down a lot recently. Hyliion I have a hard time with just because there are there's no contracts set in place that we can see like that makes easy numbers to calculate. So with Workhorse, if we get the USPS contract, we have a general idea for what kind of revenue we might get depending on what part of the contract they get. But with Hyliion, it's much more speculative. So I have some money in Hyliion, but not much at all. Do we miss out on DPHC? New low end, maybe. I mean, it's hard to tell with all these EV companies where they're going. I mean, I'm bullish on them, but it's not like the big car companies are just going to roll over and let those companies rule the world or anything. They're going to have to fight against those big like Toyota or Camrys, Toyota, Ford, GM, all those companies. Hey, Anton, thanks. Donation of $2.99. I appreciate it, man. All right. So I will continue to try to watch the chat too. But general market. Okay. So we are up huge, obviously, from the pandemic lows, but it can always go up and down. I try to diversify just because of the fact that I've heard so many people saying, yeah, I lost 10 grand in Workhorse. I lost 20 grand in Hyliion over the last couple of days. And, I am bullish on these companies, but I only have maybe 5 to 10% of my net worth or my stock portfolio in these companies, just because it is, highly speculative. I'm someone that I don't get paid a ton at my day job. I mean, I get paid a decent salary, but it's not like I want to go lose half of $30,000 in my portfolio if, let's say, Workhorse doesn't get the contract and they fall. I'm not going to bet half a year's salary on Workhorse. So I am bullish, but I've always been a little bit risk averse. So yeah, I think that they're going to do well, but I'm not willing to risk, months of salary for it. All right, what do I think about Apple stock? I think that they are a great company. I haven't evaluated the stock price recently, but they were pretty stagnant in sales for a while. So their revenues hadn't really gone up, if I remember right. I think that they're just one of those companies that is very expensive, but will continue to go up over time, just because they have such a good Apple ecosystem. It's very sticky. People that are Apple fans continue to get Apple products. Okay, where's the beer? I have Leinenkugel Summer Shandy. Um, it's not summer really anymore. I think we're in the first or second day of fall, so I have to drink these up. But I figured if I was talking too much and I got back to it when it was a little bit warm, it'd still taste good. Thank you for reminding me on that too, because I told you guys to do that in the video. California going all EV in 2035. Yeah, I just mentioned that in a video that I posted tonight. Another one that I'm posting tomorrow. I don't know if that will actually go through or if the automakers will put up too much of a fight that it'll be pushed back further. Would I consider streaming during market hours? Yeah, I would do that. I work sometimes during the week. So I was working 5/8, 5 8-hour shifts here, but my schedule is changing back to the 4 10-hour shifts that I had before. So yeah, I'm considering, I would consider doing that. Like I'll start having days off during the week. Yes, you do not lose unless you sell. DPHC is probably going to merge with Lordstown. Yeah, Lordstown will probably help Workhorse manufacture if they need help with the USPS contract. Where am I interested in if the market crashes again? I love tech, so I love the tech sector. We're only going to more tech over the following years. I really like Facebook. I like Tesla. I like Foot Locker. I mean, that's not tech, but those companies, and there are a ton of different companies that I'd be interested in. But Facebook is one of my favorite. They have great revenues. They're still one of the biggest companies in the world, and they're still growing like crazy. What do I think about EV charging stocks like Blink? I think they're good. I think some of the bigger companies will maybe try to build out their own network just to save money. But in the meantime, if they don't want to have to do that, companies like Blink will be nice, I think. Yeah, Warren Buffett got the airlines. The best beer and made by me. Okay, so just trying to read through all the chat here. Cheers, JT. Nice to see you. You should save the live stream if you're able to. Yeah, I'll try to post it up. I honestly, the only reason I'm doing this is because Jack Spencer did it, and it looked like so much fun. Like I was nervous to do it, and I had heard somewhere that it's not great for YouTubers to do, and I don't see any financial YouTubers live streaming really. So I was kind of nervous to do it. I thought maybe there's something I'm missing here, but I like it. It's just, I think if I had as many followers or subscribers as Jack and I had 1,000 people in the chat, it would be hard to even read anything. Do I think it's better to invest in DPHC or Workhorse? DPHC long-term, Workhorse short-term. DPHC has a much bigger market. All right. Snowflake stock is, I think it's overvalued right now, but it's such a interesting stock. All right. So let me know, guys, what's your favorite drink? So I was considering going with whiskey. I also really like whiskey, but I went with a beer today. So it's definitely a tough choice. I think DPHC is worth it to invest. If they're first to market, that's going to be huge. But if they take a while, then that's going to be hard just because a lot of the other competitors are going to bring EV trucks to market. I have a couple of friends that work in different automakers. Holy crap. Thanks, Leland. Oh my gosh. Send some love to Jack, sending you some, or send some love to Jack, sending some to you. I appreciate it, man. That's crazy. Thank you. Yeah. So, what was I saying? Yeah. So I think that if they have if they're first to market, that'll be huge. But I have some other friends that are in different companies that produce cars, and they said that they're bringing cars to market too. I really enjoy hearing you talk with us. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. So, what am I buying tomorrow? So, tomorrow I am not buying anything. So, I'm saving up for a home. I say this in a lot of videos, but I'm saving up for a home right now. So, I have enough cash to put down a down payment, but I'm trying to get a bigger cushion in case I make a career move in the next few months. But yeah, I'm doing that. I'm also investing just in my 401k, HSA. I'm doing the daily investing or weekly investing videos too with Logan Fisher and with JT Wealth. So check them out after this if you haven't already. But I'm doing that. I think that's going to be cool to continue to grow that and to show people every time what I'm buying. So that'll be really cool. JT, it's a beer day here against my normal wine. Nice. Should you buy more Shell shares tomorrow? What if the market crashes? So that's a good question. The market can always crash. Obviously, if you knew that it was going to crash, you wouldn't invest. But people have thought it's going to crash since 2008. So people thought it was going to continue to crash. People thought that once it recovered, it was going to crash. People thought in 2017 it was going to crash, 2018. And people always think that I would buy what you're comfortable with, and if the market crashes, just buy more. So that's what I did a little bit in the market crash this year. I put like $500, $1,000, kept on throwing money in it, and basically put whatever I could in the market. So what's a good profit to pull out of a Workhorse call? I'll be honest, I don't do any options trading. I've never done it. I don't know if I ever will. I just know that's highly risky, depending on how you do it. So I feel bad because people ask me like what they should do with options, and I honestly don't know. I'm not a good person to talk to about that. What do I think about PIC merger with XL Fleet? I think it's a good opportunity. So um, I mean, they have a lot of products. They have a lot of, I think they have 9 different vehicles, right? So there is a lot of opportunity. They already have a lot built up, but like we've said, there are a lot of different competitors. I'm still kind of researching them too. Leland, thank you for, was that you that said for the new house? Yeah, Leland, thank you. That will actually go up pretty far away in the down payment. I mean, it's crazy. That could be like 1% of my down payment, which is kind of crazy. Still in with Workhorse. Nice. Message retracted. Is Boeing a buy? I think I might be falling behind in the comments. Is Boeing a buy? I haven't looked at Boeing in a long time, I'll be honest. I almost bought it when it was dipping, but then I bought other stocks instead. FHA loan. I don't know. It depends. I want to buy a duplex, but there aren't many duplexes around here. So I might have to buy a single family home. Is it a good time to buy a home now? I don't know if we ever know. So the market's really expensive where I'm at in Western Michigan, at least for here. But you never know. I mean, people have been saying for years that the market is going to crash, but I don't know if people are going to be buying if everything else crashes. And if everything else is going well, I don't know if they'll be selling their houses or just staying where they are. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I do not work in the medical field. I was pre-med in college. I got done with it and realized I didn't want to have to study for another 6 years or something and study the rest of my life. So I started learning about finance, actually. Do I think that the market will trend lower? Sorry, it keeps on pushing the comments. Do I think the market will trend lower, and what are your thoughts on his performance next week? I have no idea short term. I don't think anyone does. Anyone that tells you that it's going to go up or down doesn't really have a good idea. I mean, sure, we might be able to see something like end of the quarters, companies start locking in their profits, right? So the big companies try to lock in their profits for the year, or for the quarter, but we don't really have a good idea. I mean, if we did, then we would be much better at investing. Alex, thank you for saying nice video. Have I looked into OPTT No, I have not. Uh, yeah, if Congress passed the stimulus bill, I think that stocks would rally too. Yeah, that would be quite interesting. I really wish they would. I mean, honestly, I know that we'll be paying for it eventually. Like my generation and the generation underneath us will be paying for it, but we just go into more debt every year. I mean, it's like a bottomless credit card. Um, all right. Let's see. I look like Ryan from The Office. I love The Office, so I would appreciate it if you thought that. Um, can SPACs fall below $10? I've never actually looked into that. I would assume so. I mean, I think that just like anything, if they sold their shares and then people start selling them because they didn't want them, I would think so. I don't see it very often though. Um, hey, how's it going, Cake Trader? Nice to see you. Toby, thank you. I appreciate that you're inspired. You know, I I had no idea that this would be growing to this size. I still have my book in the other room, a little notepad that I just said that I wanted to hit monetization. I was sent home for 6 weeks this year for pre-existing condition during the whole pandemic thing. And I said, like in my notebook, because I just started to see some uptrends from some Dave Ramsey videos. Like I saw 5 views in a day or 10 views. And I was like, okay, I want to see if I can get monetized by the end of the year. I actually talked about in a finance group that I had this channel and they were so supportive. I thought it was crap because I really wasn't editing at all, just because I didn't want to spend the time to do it. But they were so supportive and I went up to 20 subscribers and I was like, okay, I should probably put in some effort now that I know people that are watching this. So then it just kept on growing. So you can definitely do it. I just say stay consistent and try to hit on news before other people. I remember I was making a stimulus video and it was like right before a stimulus decision. And I so I knew whether it was just going to pass or it wasn't going to pass. So I made a video for if it passed and a video for if it didn't pass. And then I like uploaded the one that said it passed as quickly as possible. And I was actually supposed to go to a workout at the time, but I was like, okay, I was telling the people I was working out with that I was going to be late. I needed to wait like 20 more minutes for it to upload because I was so excited to get it out first. And like, I think now that I say that, I think I had maybe 1 minute left in the video. It was only like a 3-minute video back at the time. I had like 2 of the 3 minutes done, like everything leading up until when it was the decision. And then I just posted it as quickly as possible. Jason, yeah, I'm on the live stream grind right now. I don't have quite the setup. I was watching how to live stream and I don't have the setup that some people have, like where there's when there's donations and the like lights flash. And then I was listening to someone that does it for video games, and they have like if someone donates, then skeletons come in the game and try to take them over or something. I'm not that sophisticated or anything like that yet. I don't even know if the microphone's coming from here or from the computer at this point. I've not invested in DPHC. Mostly just because I only have so much I can invest. I I invested in too many different companies at one point. I had like 30 or 40 different companies, and I need to I need to stop that because there's just too many companies. So I've been looking at DPHC, but also trying to save up for a home. Do I think Nikola will survive much longer? I don't know if it will survive longer, but I don't think it's a good stock to invest in. I haven't thought that since the beginning. I remember right in the beginning of June, I made a video on them. It was one of my first videos that was ever monetized, and I talked about how I didn't like them as a company. I thought they were way too expensive, and that's held up to be true. Okay, I lost a little bit where I was, but okay, workhorse, let's go. Yeah, I saw it trend up right at the end of like post market hours, and I'm just gonna pull it up here. At one point, it was up like 2.5%. Still up now. Let's see. Yeah, it's up 3.7%. Uh, does anyone know why that is? Tell me in the comments. No PS5 for me. So I play mobile games. I actually play Clash Royale. If anyone's heard of that, I've never played on like a game station or anything that much. Okay. Jay Clayton killed the SPAC market in the morning. Yeah, so I don't know um, why Workhorse trended up like 3 or 4% after market, maybe just because it's still down and people are realizing it. Maybe they saw a lot of YouTube videos talking about how people aren't selling. Oh, yeah, John, you were telling us that earlier. Jay Clayton killed the SPAC market. Yeah, the contract might be worth 20 billion. I don't know who initially said that it was going to be worth 20 billion, but they're talking about if there's maintenance too. So if they pay for maintenance, but EV stocks are supposed to be less expensive on maintenance, but we'll see if that actually is the case. There isn't quite the system of mechanics for EV like there is the other, as I understand. So Workhorse announced some news on their vehicle. So is that the news about them having cla clan of clash, clan on clash? Okay, I might have to do that. Is that the news of their vehicle getting 160 miles? Because I posted a video on that. That came out this morning. I don't know why the stock would bounce up so late. Okay. SEC is going to look into SPACs now. Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah. Cake Trader, let me know if it's Clash Royale or Clash of Clans. If it's Clash Royale, I will definitely do that. I have no connections to the people that I'm in the clan with now. Okay, yep. So they released improved mileage results. Yeah, that came out this morning though. I was sitting at work wanting to make a video all day. It was the longest day ever because I sat there from like 10 a.m. on just wanting to make a video, but I couldn't. If you guys want to, yeah, never mind. How many companies would I recommend holding? I would hold, how I like it is 10 to 20 companies. And then I personally like having about half my net worth in index funds. It's a lot more resilient. So if like one of the companies, if the tech sector goes down, Tesla, Workhorse, Apple, Facebook, all those go down, half my net worth's in index funds, that won't move down as much. Of course, index funds are weighted heavily towards tech, but I like having it more in there because it averages out the highs and lows a little bit more. What do you consider powerful when buying into a stock? Trendline support, resistance, horizontal support. I don't do any technical trading. Honestly, people tell me about what they're doing technical trading wise, and it means nothing to me. I've never looked into that. I haven't heard great things about that. So I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it, and it probably works if you're good at it. Oh, thank you for AV guy. I appreciate it. I started from index funds and then moved into individual stocks. So really, I just did the slow and steady throw money at index funds for a long time until the market dropped. Oh, someone's from Chicago. My parents are from Chicago. Are you, August, are you from Naperville area? That's where my parents are from and where some of my family is from. So someone's saying ARK bought more shares. Is this true? They bought 86,000 more shares. Oh my gosh. LCA tomorrow. Okay. We still haven't heard anything on the USPS contract. Still waiting on that. Hopefully it comes in the next week, but might be longer. SPG. Yeah, so I have invested in SPG. I think I sold out recently just because I bought some store capital and I had a very small amount of SPG, but I'm not against buying more. Yeah, West Michigan is nice. Ludington, Silver Lake. Ludington's about an hour and a half from me. Okay, I need to move further down, guys. Sorry, I'm getting lost. How many stocks are ideal to have in a portfolio for one company? I think UPS will announce it in the next week, but it could be later. Should you sell NAT? I did it. I was hoping they would do really well after Q2 came out, but then it went down before Q2, and then we had really good earnings for Q2, and that still went down. So I wanted to get out of it. I didn't think that was a good use of my money, and then I bought Workhorse with it, so ended up doing pretty well. Oh, Jerry, you're from south of Naperville. Nice. Uh, all right. Do I think Amazon will do a stock split? I wouldn't be surprised after seeing how well it did for all these other companies. The thing is, it makes it more affordable. It gives the company better freedom to raise capital in the future. I don't know if Amazon really needs to raise any capital for anything, but for like companies like Tesla, it's huge, right? So they need to build out their factories, and it's a great way of raising capital because the stock price goes up, and it doesn't always, but has been recently. Stock price goes up, they have to dilute the shares less. All right. Contract would be cool in the next week. Yep. Yeah, so there was an order signed on Wednesday that aims to stop all gas-powered cars sales in California. We'll see if that goes through. Kathy Wood is a queen. I did not get in on the SPI madness. So if I see a company go up that much in a day and I've never heard of it, I generally don't invest because I don't know anything about it, first of all, and it could come down just as fast as it went up. So if I put $100 in and it went up 1,000%, it could go back down, uh, 90% or whatever that would be back to its original price. Okay, what's my opinion on Virgin Galactic? I think it's a interesting company, very speculative, more than most. So some people think Workhorse is speculative, and I think it is too. But Virgin Galactic is in a whole different realm right there. Clayton from GR, nice. I appreciate you jumping in. I'm actually just like 25 minutes from you. Aurora. Okay, nice. I knew some people that went to Aurora and live there. BMW, thank you. I appreciate it. DPHC, a lot of people are asking about that. So I think it's a good company, but they're going to have to fight with all the other major competitors in the car market. So if they can be first to market with their pickup truck, I think it'll be great. Hey, Green, I appreciate it. I'm glad that you appreciate the knowledge and everything and the videos. You own 25 shares. Honestly, I don't think the contract going through this month. Yeah, it might not. But the thing is, we've thought the whole time that it might go through in late September, and we're just getting to late September. Like obviously, 24th is not early in the month. It's not mid-month, but we still have a solid week, I think, for them to come out with something. Should you buy any more shares of Workhorse if you have $1,000? That's up to you. I mean, it depends on your risk tolerance. Have I heard of TRNE? I have. Excuse me. I have heard of TRNE, but I don't remember what it is. It's been a while since I've looked at it. SPI is looking like a pump and dump. Yeah, it went up a lot. Hi, love you. Thank you. DPHC, Rowan. Okay. Hey, I appreciate strategy gaming. Yes, please hit the like button. Everyone that hasn't hit the like button, we have 50 and we have 200 people in here. So I don't know. Okay. So thank you. 5 more. For everyone that wants to know, we're doing another giveaway. So last week, Friday, I don't know if it's just the algorithm or what, but my best video ever got 30,000 views, in a couple days. And it was just happened to be a video where I was giving away money. So it worked out well. So just to let you guys know, if you were curious, we are giving away another share of Workhorse over the weekend with the video coming tomorrow. So if you watch that, it's like a 9-minute video on Workhorse. I'm sure that a lot of people will watch it anyways. You might be able to win a free stock. Last time though, we had like 450 comments or something, and I had to pick one. So maybe I'll split it up more next time. It's just a hard thing to get a hold of everyone. Do I think Dropbox, how much do I think Dropbox will go up tomorrow now that financial talked about it? That's crazy. I don't know how much it'll go up. I saw that he had a couple videos up over the last couple of days. I haven't been able to watch them yet because I have some more friends now that are making YouTube videos. So I've been trying to watch theirs. Have I ever thought about a collab with Jack Spencer? Funny you ask that. So we talk a good amount, Jack and I do, but we haven't talked about collab. I actually have ideas for collabs with a couple other people that um a couple people that have been in here, honestly, in this chat, and then a couple people that are not as well known. So I actually know some people that are in a financial independence retire early group here in West Michigan, and they started their own YouTube channel. So let's see if I can find them. Okay, so if you guys want to surprise them, their names are Matt's on Fire. So write that down or pull up another window. Check them out later. They're financially independent at 35 years old. They're financially independent. So I want to do a video with them. I haven't told them yet though. I said I wanted to talk to them. What beer you liking, bro? I'm having the Leinenkugel. I like a lot of different beers though. Everything from stouts to IPAs. Pretty much anything but what's the name of it? It's like right under stouts. It's the thing that tastes really ashy. I'm blanking on it now. PIC. Okay. It keeps on pulling me down. Okay. I need to move further down. GP, your thoughts? Haven't looked at SPE or Blink. I haven't looked at those too much, honestly. I did not sell Workhorse strategy. So that's my video tomorrow. So I'm going to explain it a lot more. Oh, thank you for AV guy for telling everyone to hit the like button. I'm going to explain it more. So I made that video that did really well, that got seen by a ton of people talking about how I was going to sell at 2160 if some bad news came out. That was the reason I set a stop limit on Workhorse, because I figured the only way that we're dropping 25 or 30% is if we get terrible news. But we got no news. We actually got good news throughout the week, especially over the last day or two between California and the news on Workhorse's range today. We saw a lot of good news, and the stock keeps on going down. So I moved that price. That was the whole point of the price, was in case we don't get the USPS contract and I'm like MIA for some reason, I'm at work, is to set that. But I took it off because I saw it getting close, and I'm really happy with that. I'm okay with it because we're in a better position than we were last week, I think. I do think we're going to get the contract, or at least a portion of it. I think that, yep. So I think we're going to probably get it. Do I think it's going to go back down to $15 or $17 Workhorse? Maybe. I mean, I honestly have no idea what would happen in the next couple of days. We never know. But if we get the USPS contract, I think it's going to go up a lot. But if we don't, I could see it going down. I've said that the whole time. It's a speculative stock. That's why I hold a small amount in my portfolio. I mean, it's 5% of my portfolio or something. So it's not something that I want to lose by any means. I think that it's going to do well, and I think we probably will get part of the contract. Yeah, it's funny having a beer with us tonight. Julie with JT Wealth usually does wine. Yep. So yeah, I talk to JT all the time. Yes, you can swear on this. It happens. It will say the word. Workhorse and Shell target. Workhorse, if we don't get the contract, I think we'll sell off a little bit more. Shell, I have no idea. Like I said, Shell is difficult because there's no contract, so it got hyped up a lot. And if we don't keep on getting more hype, I think that it's going to slowly dip down. And then I think it'll do well over time. But, it's been hyped up so much that I could see it going back down if we don't keep on getting good news. Okay, got some puts today. I'm sorry, I don't do any options trading, so I'm not a good person to ask about that. ACIA, I don't remember the name of that right now. Tesla battery day, Steve. No, I don't know. I'm late to the party on that. So I know a lot of other people talked about. I think they actually had some really good results from battery day. The thing is, though, a lot of short-term traders are in the stock. I mean, I see the stock price go up and down, and I see it drop like 10% 2 days in a row. I'm like, oh, I should buy some more of it. And then I remember that it's still crazy expensive for pre-split prices. I mean, even if, like, let's say it drops down to 300, that's still 1,500 pre-split. I think it will go up over time, but I have to remind myself it's still really expensive compared to what it was before. I am in Shell. I have a little bit in the stock. Apple for under 100, probably. I mean, long term, it's a good company. Yep. So you invested 7,900, not selling. Good. I have I was trying to determine if I could. Okay, never mind. It's gonna be out of context if I say that. Banquet beer for you, nice. Just bought 5% of Realty Income. What are your thoughts? I like Realty Income. I think store capital is a less expensive option, but Realty Income is tried and true. Workhorse calls. Like I said, I don't do options. Sorry. Rocket stock, Flux, Tesla, Workhorse, Cake Trader. Tesla or Workhorse, man, putting me on the spot. That's tough. Workhorse short term, Tesla long term. Might get some hate in this because I have so many people that are Workhorse fans, and I am too. But Workhorse has such a much smaller market, so Workhorse has a lot of opportunity in the short term. They say $18 billion a year, and they might be able to move to other markets like the refrigeration market. But long term, Tesla's base or the potential sales that they can have is just insane. I mean, they could have $500 billion in sales in 10 years. I don't know if they can scale up that big, but they can sell to everyone. If they sell to everyone, and they can move into other lines of business because they'll have so much cash flow. I mean, that's kind of crazy. They already have better technology than everyone, have more potential. They'll just kind of rule the world at that point. Best dividend stocks to buy now. Well, I made a dividend investing video today. I would check that out. I have 4 different stocks I bought. Which company is more solid to you, Workhorse or Hyliion? I'd say that's tough. So Hyliion, I think they're both good. I mean, that's a tough question. Which one's more solid? All right, Jerry, have a good night. Hopefully you're still on, so you see that. Pay hype, sell the news. Yep. Shell vote 928. Yep, just to finalize the merger. Airline stocks is a good time to buy. Yes or no? So I bought into airlines a while ago. I recently sold. I only had a couple $100s in them. I recently sold them though. I think they'll return. I just saw other stocks I wanted to buy into instead. Where are the advantages? Okay, it just pulled me down again. Okay, we'll just move further down. Workhorse takeover, Acquire. They might get taken over, but I haven't seen too many people that have, or too many companies that bought other companies recently. I mean, it could happen. Yeah. So where are my safer, less risky stocks? I can actually pull them up here. I can't show you obviously, but everything will be reversed. But I have a lot of general stock market indexes. That's not super low risk, but it's lower risk because it's spread out, diversified. I have Facebook. I think that, I mean, long term they're safe. Short term, who knows with a stock. I am not rich, so I'm not rich. I came out of school with 6 figures in student loans. So then I realized if I wasn't going to go into the medical profession, like I thought, I better learn how to handle my money. Why isn't my girlfriend there with me? She actually doesn't live with me, but I would like to get her in more videos. She's camera shy and a little bit self-conscious. So if she's watching this, I'm sorry for saying that, but she's a little self-conscious, but she's awesome. So I would like to get her in more of these videos. What are advantages of Workhorse in comparison to other 2 competitors? Well, they're all EV. That's a major thing. What do I think? Do I think the contract will happen? Yes. Are there any other stocks that would benefit if Workhorse gets a contract? That's a good question. So I love when people look at a deeper level like that. I think DPHC obviously would benefit a lot. So those companies are working off each other. I mean, they have a lot of synergy. Penny Farmer is all in cryptocurrency at the moment. Yeah, I understand that. I just don't understand crypto completely. Like I get what it is, but it's really speculative, just like gold or anything like that. It's just what people will pay for it. Did I do a live video today? Because Jack did. So I did a live video. I've talked to Jack before. I talked to him a good amount. I did it because I didn't realize. Okay, a couple things. I wanted to do it for a long time. I did it when I was really small. Like I had 20 subscribers, and I tried buying stocks live on Robinhood, but it was super boring because I'm sitting there with my phone, and you can't see what's on my phone. So I did a live because I saw for Jack it went really well. I had heard from someone that the algorithm really hates it. So obviously I want to do things like this, but if it's gonna like throw off YouTube, I don't want to necessarily like ruin what I've built so far just because I do a live video. So I've been trying to figure out how to integrate it, but yeah, it seemed to work well. So I was like, oh yeah, I'd love to do that. What are my thoughts on? Okay, how many holes? Straws have 2 holes or 0 holes. My teeth are not fake. I had braces. I actually have a chip in one of them. Qualcomm is expensive though. Yes, it is. What price range is a good buy for Amazon? Honestly, all these Apple, Facebook, Amazons, they're probably good buys wherever they are. I mean, every stock can dip, but these companies have just been on a tear over the last 10 years or so. So, I mean, any price is probably good. Crack a beer. Yes, I have one. I have played Call of Duty, not mobile though. Um, I am not a doctor. I am a personal banker. I was pre-med, but then I finished all my classes and I did like well in them, but I just liked it for the competition, not really for the actual content. Ford or Oshkosh benefit more? Um, I would assume Oshkosh because Ford's pretty big. If Ford gets the USPS contract or part of it, I don't think it's going to really matter much for their stock price, right? So they're already a big company. Well, it's a good price for Qualcomm. I haven't looked into their financials in a while. I do own them though. Um, I should keep up with them more, but pretty much unless I see some news that's really bad, I can only keep up with so many of the stocks, and that's why I try to sell a lot of the smaller positions. I think the USPS deal will be announced this week, probably. Oh, thanks, Josh. You had your wife subscribe. I appreciate it. Back when I started, I had like all my family subscribe, and then this is kind of embarrassing, but I would like when I was small, I would play the videos and like hit the like button. Super embarrassing now to say it, but whoever gets the ball rolling, I would just play it on low, like the lowest volume because I heard that you had to have the volume on, and then I would hit the like button on it for them. I appreciate it. My speaking voice has been improving. A lot of people say I'm monotone, and I am, and I have big gaps in between some of the things I say. So I was kind of nervous about that when I started making videos. But I guess people in the finance community care more about the content than the sound of your voice, which no one told me at the beginning. Um, how do I evaluate battery day? So I was working at the time. I haven't seen the whole thing. I've heard bits and pieces from Battery Day. I think it's been really good for them though. Bring my girlfriend on the next video. Yeah, I'd like to. She has her own stuff going. She works and she is in a different house than I am. We don't live together. So it's kind of hard. I usually try to do all my YouTube stuff when she's not here because I don't want it to be like she comes over or I go over there and I'm busy the whole time. That's something that I'm really sensitive about because we've had a long distance relationship in the past and it didn't work out well when I mean it worked we worked through it all, but I feel terrible when I only see her for a couple hours and I'm doing other stuff. What do I think of Square stock? I think it's expensive, but it's got a big opportunity for it. Any tips on having a net worth of $100? I don't know if your net worth is $100. I can tell you how to make $100 really easily though. Shell or Workhorse? That's a question everyone is asking. Workhorse short term, Shell long term. I copied Jack. So funny you say that. We only have so much news in the stock market, right? Everyone's looking at Workhorse, everyone's looking at Shell. When there's news that comes out, I hope Jack's here. I mean, I talked to Jack. He's awesome, but he is going full time on YouTube. So he posts it, and then I get home and do the research and try to post it, and then he beats me out to it, and everyone tells me that I'm copying Jack. So I've talked to Jack about that before, and he's like, "Yeah, just go for it, man. Don't care." Um, all right, I got stuck behind a little bit. New to the channel, what's the history in the market? Okay, I have been investing in index funds for a long time. Well, 2 or 3 years. I've been pretty much consuming as much financial content as possible for 3 years. Like that's been my Netflix, is YouTube finance videos. Sorry, this beer's making me burp a little bit. Big mistake success you made in trading. So I try not to trade. Biggest success is investing a lot and realizing that the stock market would eventually return. Probably also starting at a young age, right? So 22. Biggest mistake. So this isn't investing, but just being not great about how much I spent in college. Like I wasn't going out and spending $100 on dinner, but I volunteered a lot of my time for pre-med and didn't make a lot of money. So that definitely hurt. I should have gone to community college for the first couple of years. I always have great contents. Thank you. I think Shell could do well over time, but again, if there's not a ton of hype around it, there's been so much hype around it. If there's not any more, it's gonna kind of drop off a little bit. Larry, I'm drinking Leinenkugel Summer Shandy. What do I think of silver? I think it's one of those things where it doesn't produce any value, but if you're just trying to add it to your portfolio, just to diversify a little bit, I think it's fine. Silver thoughts. Yeah. So sorry, I'm stuck a little bit behind. Bro Sam. Yeah. Thanks, AV guy. You're yeah, that's nice of you. Do I like Yingling? Yes, I do. So I never heard of it until my girlfriend's dad offered it to me, and it's pretty good. YT Finance is better than me? Maybe. I've never heard of him. What other stocks do I think you should look into? Honestly, I think one of the most undervalued stocks that no one talks about or doesn't talk about enough is Facebook. And part of that might just be because it's such a big stock that there's a lot of content on it. So then people don't post on Facebook. And obviously people are buying it because it's a massive market cap, but no one really talks about it that much. Hey, I appreciate it that you think that would be a good doctor. Thank you. Which is more user-friendly, WeBull or M1? Probably WeBull is easier to understand, but I really like M1. I really like it a lot, but WeBull is easier to understand at first. Silver, my thoughts. Yeah, it can beat inflation. Yep. Oh, yep. Negative net worth. Thank you. Someone said that I was doing well because I have net worth of $100. You're doing great. Lots of people have a negative net worth. Yeah. So I don't have a negative net worth of negative $100,000 anymore. I'm actually getting really close to a big milestone of $0 net worth. So I came out with negative 115 2 years ago, basically. I started off making 36,000 at my day job, but have done a lot of side hustles, been doing lots of different stuff, and I'm getting really close to zero 2 years later, after paying taxes and everything, so it's exciting. Yeah, community college is the way to go. Thank you for appreciating it, Joseph. Thank you. What to do if you want to cut down a 100 holding portfolio Roth IRA? Sell everything and then start over. No, I'm just kidding. It's just easier to, instead of looking at every stock and deciding whether to sell it, I'd say make a list of 10 and figure out if you really want, like which 10 you really want. Shell is overpriced. Could be. It's I mean, it's definitely hyped up. It's an EV stock. Everything's hyped up right now in the EV sector. Not that it can't continue to grow, but there's a lot of hype there. Do I think Carson will win the contract? I don't think so. No, I mean, I think that the three companies will get it price split up. Feel you giving up Netflix for YouTube and finance videos. Yeah. Yep. Same. I am in semiconductor stocks. Uh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I am in semiconductor stocks. Uh, Hi everyone. Yes, hello. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to read out loud, but there's just a lot going on here. What are my side hustles? Uh, so I actually have a video coming out this weekend about, like, you know how Graham Stephan said, like, how I make $68,000 a month, and then he breaks down his top, like, with my 7 sources of income. I have one of those coming out, but it's not $68,000 a month, or like 300,000, whatever he makes now. But I've done personal training since college. So my dad and I run a personal training business. I I do credit card bonuses. I do bank account bonuses. I do business bank account bonuses. So a lot of people don't realize how much you can make with that, especially if you're someone that's trying to, like, make money with little in the stock market, like $1,000 or $2,000. You can make way more from bank account bonuses than you can from the stock market, unless you're just betting it on some no-name stock or penny stock or something, which is really risky. But you can make like 100 or 200% profit with a small amount because it's not scalable. But you can make, I think I made $4,000 in bonuses over the last year, like bank account bonuses. Yes, please don't forget to hit the like. What price point is a good price point for Facebook? If you're trying to buy Facebook, probably right now. I mean, it's down. Was that 20%? Almost 20%. I bought when it was like 150. I should have not bought any other stock besides Facebook. I mean, if of course other stocks have done better, like Tesla, but it's at 150. It's such a steal. Leland has been donating on the YouTube pages. Yes. Yes, Cake Trader. We are all on that personal training grind. You, me, and Jack. Uh, my girlfriend, she invests in stocks since she met me. So she is still paying off student loans too. I think she'd be fine with me saying this. She's still paying off student loans too. So she has had some higher interest rates than I did because she had some different loan types. So she's been focusing more on that than investing. But we were just looking through her 401k the other day, and we're going to talk on what is the best thing to do for the match and everything. NIO thoughts. I like NIO. The thing is, though, I don't know too much about the Chinese culture. It's gonna sound bad. The markets over there are so different, and I've just heard horror stories of different companies over there. So I try to invest in the U.S. for the most part. Do I like AT&T? Long term, it's done like nothing, but they pay nice dividends. So I think that it could do well. They just have had such bad management. Uh, what do I think about Tesla Q3 auto sale? I don't know. Will NIO go up tomorrow? No idea what any stock is going to do short term. What if you only have $100 to buy stocks with? Honestly, I would look into bank account bonuses. I said that before, but if you have $100, there are a lot of different bonuses. So I use doctorofcredit.com. I go on every month. They have the bank account bonuses for September, October, November. Every month they update it. You can make $50 or $100 depending on what you like deposit that $100 into. They have a list of pretty much every bank account bonus in the US. It's like a couple hundred. And then I look to see what are the requirements, and how long does it take, what kind of return you can get. So if it's less than 5 or 10%, I won't do it. But like regional bank near me was giving out $250 bonuses if you deposited $500 and left in there for 60 days. So I did it, and I really shouldn't say this, but I did it. I gave money to a couple other people to do it, and then I just took half of the money. So I got, for my own bonus, I got 50% return in 2 months. So that's the way to go. Look through that to see what regional banks you have, because those usually pay better. Hit the like button. Yes, please. AV guy, thank you for reminding everyone. Some news coming to bro. Much respect. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. Okay. Other YouTube said 100. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell what Tesla's gonna do, but I really like Tesla long term. I mean, I think what they said in the battery day was cool, or was good. Sorry, I was starting to read another one. Thoughts on Coke? Great long term, not much potential short term. I mean, it's not gonna go up and down 30% or anything. What are bank account bonuses? So Clayton, something that no one cares about on YouTube. I barely get any views for this, but it's the easiest way to make money if you don't have, $5,000. If you go to certain banks, they'll have promotions where they will give you a bonus for doing whatever they want. So they might say, okay, open up this account and you have to deposit $500. Sometimes the account has like maintenance fees, so you have to make sure that whatever you do, you don't get maintenance fees unless it's worth it. But they will pay you a certain amount at the end of 60 or 90 days or whatever it is, and then you kind of have to think it through with the maintenance fees, with how long you have to keep the money there. But they give really good returns for like small amounts of money. Don't stop the stream. Okay, you're not old enough to do bank stuff, so if you're 18 you should be able to do it. What's my thought on TRNE? So I just looked this up the other day, but there are so many stocks I look up. It's hard to remember what they all are. Oh yeah, it's an acquisition company. Um, I haven't looked too far into it. Yeah, smash the juicy like button. Yes. So funny thing, uh, I said juicy like button in one video just like as a tribute to Jack, and then like it stuck for like 2 or 3 more videos just because like it rolls off the tongue. Juicy like button. Say it right where you are. Like it rolls off the tongue. And then I said it in those 2 or 3 videos, and people gave me so much hate. They were like, "Do your own thing, you're trash," all this kind of stuff. And yeah, I was like, "Geez, guys, settle down." Sorry if any of you guys are the ones that were doing that. What do I do for my day job? I'm a personal banker. So decent job, pretty easy, honestly. Uh, yeah, also a personal trainer, starting my own business. Any marketing strategies you suggest? So we've worked with a lot of schools. If you can work with some school, like if you have an in with a coach or anything like that, do that. Like if you can work with one of their teams, it's really steady, especially if you can work out a flat rate. You can make a good amount of money, and they have the money to do it. They have budgets and stuff. Um, so I'd try to work with them. Favorite song? It's so hard to tell. I really like country songs. I just have a hard time picking one song. I also like top hits though, so I don't know. What's my side hustle? I have a lot of them. So I've said this a little bit, but personal training, account bonuses. I'm looking at real estate, a couple different forms of real estate, so not just my home. And then obviously YouTube more recently. Workhorse, yay or nay? Yay long term. I mean, short term, I don't know what it's going to do. Do I invest in fossil fuels? No, I do not. I mean, I don't have anything against it. I just think that they aren't going many places. Top three dividend stocks. I would say Foot Locker, Realty Income, and I'm liking Store Capital more, but I haven't invested much in them. Okay, I need to move down. Sorry, I'm getting lost in the comments here. Thank you. I appreciate you thinking I'm an honest guy. I try to be. I mean, I never try to lie or anything. Uh, what do I think of Oshkosh and Ford getting USPS contract? I think that it's going to be split up. Are you 18? I don't know what that means. Charge point. I mean, lots of potential. Zillow, yes or no? I've never looked at Zillow stock. Ryan Lowe, thank you for dropping by. What is a good price to enter Tesla? Long term, any price. I don't know where it's gonna go. So if you haven't bought Tesla, it's lower now than it was before. So I mean, with those stocks, a lot of people try to wait for the dip, and then sometimes they just never get it. Do I think banking is going away? Yeah, I mean, we see a lot less traffic than we used to, for sure, in the banks. I don't think it'll ever go away fully though, because some people don't have access to online. I know that sounds crazy, but a lot of people don't have computers or phones, especially people in like lower socioeconomic classes or just people that live out like in the country and stuff. And then some people just don't want to have to deal with figuring out online. Any thoughts on Canoe, new EV? I haven't looked into it too much. Thoughts on Blink, the high potential. I mean, I feel bad because there are all these stocks that people ask me about, but I only have so much time in the day, especially when I'm making a lot of content. Like I know a lot about the stocks that I talk about, and it's hard to look at all the different stocks that are out there because I used to be able to do that more, but now I'm making videos, responding to comments, doing that for like 3 or 4 hours a day, every day, or maybe 4 or 5 during the week. So it's hard to look at a lot of the other stocks. Maybe 20 stocks in my portfolio. Yeah, buy Tesla last year for sure. Any tips on growing on YouTube? Post regularly. Try to post different content than other people or content that is popular at the time. Just do that. If you post content regularly and are honest, I think people will watch. Real estate, then I like IPOB. I don't know what that is, but I do want to get into real estate. Yeah, not enough time in the day for sure. I'm not invested in ARK. I thought about it, but I just invest in the individual companies that has in there. Chicken or pig? I don't know. If you're eating it, I like both. Yes, AV guy. Yeah, hit the like button. Okay, see you, Penny Farmer. All right, so I'll be on here for a couple more minutes. What do you guys want me to talk about? I'll be right back, but you write in the comment write in the comments what you want me to talk about for the last like 5-10 minutes. All right, I'm back. Okay, I didn't lose too many people. I thought like 10 people or like half the people would just leave. Short-term and long-term plays. Workhorse. Workhorse, if it stays around the same price, long-term play. If it goes up a lot, I'll probably sell it because at some point it has to be overvalued for the market that it has access to. Growth strategy on what, Ben? Let me know. Like on YouTube, on just in stocks. Yeah, Clayton just looked up the bank account bonuses. Nice. I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I'd like to be. So as we keep on growing, I mean, we doubled in the last month. It's just crazy. If I double again, I will really have to consider it. Like I'm already considering it now. Problem is I am buying a house soon. So that's difficult. Where do I see EV in 2021? I continue to see it just getting more and more prevalent. I'm in West Michigan. GP stock. Not sure about GP. Clayton, I'm glad that you appreciate it. Thank you. How much income do I get from YouTube? So it depends on which month. Every month has been better than the last. From YouTube ads, and this is something I'm coming out with soon in case you guys want to know ahead of time. It's gone up a lot for YouTube. I mean, I'm amazed by how much it is. Of course, I'm putting in like 30 hours a week, but it's still amazing to see how scalable it is. So right now I'm making over the last 28 days over almost what I made at work. So 3.5 thousand, and then more on affiliates and other stuff too. So, I mean, I'm going to make more from YouTube this month than I made from work because I make $50,000 a year at work. Growth strategy for a portfolio. Probably just continue to invest in tech. If you want higher growth, you're going to have to risk more. So it's going to be more speculative. Companies like Hyliion and Workhorse will play a bigger part in it. But if you could just go with a growth, like a growth index fund or a growth mutual fund like ARK, and it'll probably do well. I do have a personal trainer website, actually. So my YouTube page, let's see if this is interesting. My YouTube page for my personal company is, let's see. I think I know it, but we'll just make sure real quick before I say it. And while I'm doing that, I'll look this up. Oh, by the way, if any YouTuber friends of mine are still in the chat, let me know. I'd like to see. Okay, so my YouTube name is Max Out PPT with 2 X's. So it's 3 words, MAXX space OUT space PPT. So you might see some interesting stuff that's very different from here. Probably, maybe shouldn't have said that. I don't know. Thank you for congratulating me on the house. Any tips for investing when you're under 18? Put as much money as you can into the stock market. You'll have to get your parents sign off. Thank you. I appreciate the congrats. You're waiting to get into YouTube, but not sure what content you can provide. I'd say do anything that you like. Like, I've tried a lot of different stuff. I have other YouTube channels that are out there that are much more embarrassing. Like, I have me playing different video games and stuff too. Okay. What impressed me about Battery Day? So like I said earlier, I didn't watch it live, so it's not very stuck in my memory because I just watched like a couple videos, actually listened to them when I was like driving around. So I just had my phone on YouTube and was listening to it. So I mean, I think they're gonna produce their own batteries, right? So I think that was the news, but it's just gonna take longer than people thought. Thank you for the congrats on the YouTube game. Thoughts on DPHC? I said this a couple times earlier, but if you're new to the chat, I think it's good long term if they can be first to market too. I'm in Michigan. What do you do if you bought Workhorse at 23.84 and don't have the money to invest? I just hold on to it, assuming that you're okay with the risk, right? Okay. When are they going to go live? I'm new to the EV market. DPHC, I don't know when they're going to, I think they're saying next year. So I am not a doctor, but I play one on TV. Just kidding. I don't do that. I've just always heard that line. All right. What stock do you want to see go down to buy in? Facebook. I said that a couple times that I really like Facebook, but I'd like to see it go down again because I love it. I want to buy in a lot more. All right, guys. Any last questions? Oh, before you go, okay. Max out what? Okay, I'll just put in the chat. I didn't say it. I should have just spelled it out. So this is how you spell my other channel name if you want to go see. I have like 35 subscribers. If you had to choose Apple or Facebook, Facebook. Yep. For the price it is now, Facebook. Okay. Before I go to Planet 30, oh, gee, okay. You guys are getting me on the comments because I want to answer them. Before I go, you guys need to look up. This is the name, Matt on Fire. That's the name of it. They are friends of mine from over here. They are financially independent at 35, and they make really good videos. They're really new on YouTube. Like, I think they've only made 5-10 videos, but they are FI. They're super nice too. They're FI at 35. That's a good title for a video. So yeah, you should go follow them if you're interested in building your wealth. They're index funds. They're FIRE people, financial independence, retire early. So they are much more into that than like individual stock investing, but they have really good content and they're going to try to produce more, I think. Thoughts on Planet 13? It's gone down significantly, but it's still up huge on the year. So, I mean, I think it's good long term. I did a lot of research on Workhorse. Yes, it is, but it is a good risk reward ratio. Why do I only have 5%? Because while I did do a lot of research, there's still a chance that they don't get it right. So if I put in, let's say 20% of my net worth, it could go up, but I'm a long-term investor. I'm not trying to lose or win money really quickly. I mean, with Workhorse, I think that you could get a lot of money, high return, but let's say I have 5% of my portfolio in them, right? If they double, that gives me a 5% return on my overall portfolio, right? So that accounts for 5%. 5% is not bad. I mean, the general stock market returns 10%. So if I add that 5% in with my index 10% and my other individual stocks, like I beat the market by 5%. So I could put in more, but I don't want to risk that much. I have a pretty low risk tolerance. See you, Marcus. Thanks. Oh, Clayton, thank you for subscribing to Matt's on Fire. I want to blow them up. I know that we only have 232 people, but for whoever has been watching this so far or is watching a recording of this or listening to it, please go follow him. I want him to be wondering why there are so many people following him. Like, I want it to be doubled. I think they had like 65 last time I looked. They might have more. Any sports stocks? Closest one I have is Foot Locker. What's my vertical jump running start? So I actually have a pretty high vertical. I was not athletic in middle school. Got more athletic in high school. I was actually really chubby as a kid. My running vertical, because I can dunk a couple different ways, is 40-ish on my best jump. I have researched Virgin Galactic, and I'll be on here for probably 5 more minutes. I have researched Virgin Galactic, but I mean, high risk, high reward, right? Is Shell dead? No. Hey, thank you, Ben. Thank you for subscribing to Matt's on Fire. How much cash? How do people make cash on YouTube? You don't understand, John. So there are ads after you get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. You can put in ads and videos, and you get paid for how much the advertisers will pay YouTube, and then how many views you get. So there's a lot of moving components. How much you get paid from the advertisers times how many views you get, and then you can make money on affiliates and a ton of other stuff. Biggest individual holding, Facebook. Tesla is close when it's up a lot. How tall am I? I'm 5'11" or 6 foot. I do have an IRA account. It's my biggest account. I have like 16,000 in it. I do like Square and PayPal. They are very expensive right now. Strategy, I already said about 40 inches is my running jump. If you're talking about straight vertical, though, it's probably closer to 33, 32, something like that. Safe stocks pick till December. Safe stocks until December. I don't know. I mean, that's still a short time frame. Don, Sam, I am. Thank you. Don's been a long-term subscriber of the channel, always commenting. I appreciate that. What do I think of Zoom? Wasn't there something about Zoom? Like, so many people thought Zoom was a different stock, and then the other stock went up crazy once the pandemic hit. That was crazy. Yeah. Can you transfer stocks to a Roth IRA? You can transfer Roth to Roth, but I don't think you can't transfer like from a brokerage to a Roth. No. There's Roth conversions and different stuff if that's what you're talking about, but that is a long topic. Some mail trucks move all day. Yeah. I don't think they go much more than 160 miles though, which is the new range of Workhorse. Any thoughts on Acromodo? FUV? No, I don't remember what they do, honestly. What do I think about SBE dip down after announcement? I saw something about that, but I was at work for a good portion of the day. Yeah, I don't remember what that was that they did. Is BP worth buying right now? I don't know. Long term, I don't love the oil stocks. What do I think SHLL will be at post-merger next week? I think it'll probably jump just because. See you, John. Just because. What was I saying? Just because it's finalized. Yeah, I saw the SCOTUS announcement thing. Hey, Arubu, thank you for watching. What time zone are you in? Kitty Cat, I think it'll be announced this coming week, but I don't know. It could be announced later. Why is screen black? I don't know why your screen is black. 160 is great. Check your other video for comment. How tall are you? 6 foot. Okay. Yeah, college might be a scam. Just kidding. I went there and paid a lot of money, so I have some mixed feelings about it. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you want me to do another one of these in the future. I think it was pretty fun. I am a basketball player. Yes. Okay, we'll do one more minute. So fire round. Okay. See how many likes we can add to this video in the last minute. Any suggestions for Workhorse? I don't do options training. Sorry. Thanks so much. Thank you, Kitty Cat. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, strategy. I can dunk on a 10-foot hoop. Thanks, Leland. Thanks again. I appreciate the donation. Ben, thank you. Zeden, West Michigan. What position do I play? I'm a point guard. Played point guard for a long time. Okay. All right. See you guys. I appreciate it. Bye.